Okay, we're looking at the population P in thousands of a resort community is given by this function, where T is time in months. And so it says find the population at T equals 0, 1, 3, and 8. So it's probably easy to see that P of 0 would be 0, but what we're doing is we're taking this function that they give us, and everywhere we see T, we plug in 0. Then we would do the same thing for 1, 3, and 8. Now what I do is I go find like an online calculator, or even picking up your calculator, so I can type this stuff in as 400 times 0 and all this. Oops, do it this way. 400 times 0, and then what was it, 7 times 0 squared plus 6, and I can see that 0. The reason I do it in here, because now, and the same with your calculator, I can change this to 1, but you have to be careful because it says this is in thousands, so you're gonna want to multiply this by 1,000. All right, so basically that's what I do on all of these. So I got P of 1 equals 30,769, which seems right, you know, by looking at this. And then P of 3, I got, when I multiplied by 1,000, 17,391, which you can see the population. I don't know why, what is happening, but it is going down. And then P of 8, 7,048. So you can kind of see that by looking at the graph. You could have even graphed this yourself. Let me take this stuff out. I mean, I know you can see the graph there, but sometimes it's a little easier in Desmos. Let me see my graph right there. And I want my x greater than or equal to 0. So I'm only looking at this portion of the graph. And what's kind of cool about this is you can kind of touch the curve right here, and you can try to see, like, could you get, based on the curve, I'm not sure that I can get exactly 1, but you could try, right? Another thing that's kind of cool with Desmos, so I'm going to do f of x equals, I can actually do, it wanted what, 0, and then f of 0, and have it label these points. And then what was the next one? 1 and f of 1, and label the point. And so you can kind of see where I got this value, but remember I had to multiply it by 1,000. All right, so leave it to you to finish all those. Then it says find the horizontal asymptote of the graph. Well, I can just tell by looking at it that so this was part A, that the horizontal asymptote is going to be y equals 0 because it's hugging this x-axis. But remember how you know that is you look at the degree in the numerator. So numerator degree, which is 1 to the first power, and then the denominator degree, which is 2. And the rule is if the numerator is less than the denominator, which it is, then y equals 0 would be the horizontal asymptote. All right, part C, explain the meaning of the answer to part B in terms of the application. So in other words, what's happening in the long run? I don't know what's happening to these people. Let's not say they're dying, they're leaving. So it looks like in the long run, in time, no one lives in this community. And so all this means is as t goes to 0, as time, let me get this out of the way so you can see the graph. And I could have even saw that if I went back to this graph here. I can see that in this graph that it looks like in the long run, the population is getting a lot closer to 0.